Good morning. It's another day in Kuopio, Finland. I see it's a Monday morning. Country's waking up, going to work. So I'm just walking downhill from where I'm staying, past the bus station, and there's more work going on here. I think every year I come into Kuopio for a holiday, there's a hole in the ground somewhere. They dug up the marketplace a few years ago and put in a shopping centre and car parking underneath that. Now at the bus station there's a big hole and they're going to build a travel centre on top of it. Hotels, offices, you name it, will be in there. That's another reason to come back in a year or two and see what's going on. Check on the developments. So it's a rapidly growing city, Kuopio. There's all sorts of stuff going on here. Building, building, building everywhere. Today I am going to the Puijo, which is a hill just to the north of the city. Lots of cross-country ski trails, ski jumps, nature reserve, walking trails, and some good quality forest. So I'll take a look, see. Right, bus station's there, cemetery's over there, and the Puijo tower and hill is up there. So I'll wander around there today for a few hours. I must make a correction. I thought it was Monday already. Fortunately it's a Sunday. I'm losing track of days. You get like that when you're on holiday. Now Kuopio city centre is just over there. We'll have a look at that another time. There's a very nice cemetery here. Done some good bird watching in there. Good place to be buried. This is the main north-south road through Kuopio. That's heading south. There's a Finnish baseball stadium over there behind the tree. I'm going to be heading up here. Last week I was up that direction. Sunday morning. It's pretty quiet, isn't it? He says. Spoke too soon. Here comes the traffic. Speed limit's only 100 kilometers an hour. 62 miles an hour. Yeah. Can run faster than that. No, I can't. Like many cities in Scandinavia, they're very good places to walk and cycle. So lots of signs everywhere, lots of paths, lots of cycle paths. Pettinen there was a new development back in the 80s and it's still growing. Niolamäki is where we were yesterday. Päiväranta, that's the far north of the city. Anyway, Puijo's up there, and I'm going to go just to the left here. I'm going to take the easy way up the Puijo. There is a direct route, it's 1.3 kilometers straight up, so I'll give it a miss. I'm going to go the interesting way, I think, but if I can find it. That's someone's garden, I'll give that one a miss. Alright, it's almost time to get away from the roads for a few hours. A bit of peace and quiet. First stop, the Pesäpallo Stadium, which if you don't speak Finnish, is the Finnish baseball stadium. Simple, isn't it? Well, let's take a look at that. Now, Finnish baseball is not like American baseball. They don't use a diamond. I've never actually seen a game. I've seen it on telly. It's mostly played in small rural towns and villages, but a few years ago, a big stadium got built here. We'll see if we can go take a look-see. So this is the Finnish baseball stadium, Pesäpallo. I was hoping to get in, but it seems to be all locked up. There's the playing field out there. They don't run around a diamond, it's very different. And there's no grass. I think it's only similar to American baseball in the fact that they use a bat and a ball. Yeah, but then so does cricket and rounders. Oh, got a fairly decent sized car park here, so you get good attendance. Right, let's go back to the Puijo. Have a look at the notice boards. Give you a bit of information about it. Ancient rock types. All very ancient rocks here. Over 2.5 billion years old, some of these rocks. What have we got? We've got granite and granodiorite, tonalite, quartz diorite, mica schist and mica gneiss, etc, etc, etc. There's some old stuff. We're here right now. And Neolamaki, where we were the other day, just over there. And the city has been spreading southwards. There's Pettinen down here, that was developed in the 80s and 90s. And there's more and more developments. There's bridges across the lakes now, continually growing. And Finnish Geological Survey, I spent a few months there, just over there. Fascinating place. One of my friends was a geologist. Unfortunately he died last year. Now the Puijo area, currently approximately 208 hectares. Some ancient forest in there, black woodpeckers, three-toed woodpeckers, pygmy owls, greenish warblers, red-breasted flycatcher. I've not seen one of those here. Don't think we'll see one today, but it's a major ski jumping centre. The entire Finnish Olympic team used to train here back in the 90s, I think. They used to win everything, Olympic medals of the works, World Championships, they were the business. So, that's a little bit of information about the place. Let's go for a bit of a bimble. Right then, welcome to the forest. We've got some big trees. Small paths, well-worn paths through the forest. A lot of people come through here. The main path up and down the hill, which is being used this morning by a cross-country skier doing his hill intervals. Up and down, he's hammering it away. Bloody hard work, I tell you. You think running's hard, try cross-country skiing. That's a seriously hard workout. Maybe he'll come dashing down here in a minute or two again. We'll have a look, see if he does. Right, the guy doing his Sunday morning cross-country ski interval session went up there. It's over 1 kilometre uphill. Don't know how many he's doing, but bloody hard work. It's about the best workout you can get. It works the entire body, legs, arms, shoulders. It's hard. Did a bit of cross-country skiing when I lived here. Absolutely rubbish at it. I was just going out for a bimble on skis, so to speak, in the winter time. Hundreds of miles of trails here, through the forests, across the lakes, and most enjoyable. And when I say I was rubbish at it, I was rubbish. I could stand up on the skis, I could get from A to B, and that's about it. Right, let's go take a look at the small trails. Mountain bikers as well. Going an easy way downhill. Maybe he'll come back up, who knows. Right. If I remember correctly, and at my age I don't remember much of anything, this is the track that leads to where there was a regular three-toed woodpecker many, many years ago. See if I can find the tree that it I like to spend a lot of time on. It's full of holes. It's along here somewhere, I think. Now here's an interesting thing. In a country full of forests, where the main product is timber, we have a picnic table made out of plastic. Lasts longer than wood, I suppose. That seems a bit daft. Right. Bit of cross-country skiing practice going on. It's hard work, folks, believe me. This doesn't look like much. This is the edge of a 1,800 million year old fracture. Old stuff. Starting to get covered up by trees and vegetation. Used to be much clearer. Right, onwards up the hill. Long way to go yet. There's a bit of tree, full of holes, beetles. Lots and lots of beetles, and that's what the woodpeckers like to drill for. Here's a little bit of information about one of the mammals that lives here on the hill. Pine marten. A buddy of mine in Scotland has just built a hide to photograph these things. And they live here. Also raccoon dogs, foxes, all kinds of other good stuff. Right, skier's on his way back. Let's see what the technique's like. It's a lot of work, folks. Up a steep hill on rough ground. Bloody hard work. Here's a little bit of info about some of the more interesting birds here on the hill. Three-toed woodpecker, red-breasted flycatcher, greenish warbler. I've also seen on here hazel hens, pygmy owls, black woodpeckers. There's a woodpecker calling just above me. Well, it was calling. Stop now. There's a bell ringing instead. Onwards. Skier's on his way down again. Just coming around the corner. Go on his men. Coolest hill. A little bit more information. This is the southern end of the Puijo Hill. There are two areas of protected nature reserve and a couple of nature walks. Just amazing how such a wonderfully rich environment is right next door to a thriving city. Great to just get out and escape and recharge your batteries with some nature and some exercise. Made it! I'm at the top of the Puijo Hill, and of course there's a hotel here. Puijo Hotel, built in 1909 I think. Stones for the gates came here then, and just as you think, oh, I'm at the top of the hill, there's a bloody great tower. So if it's open, we'll have a look, because the view from the top is fantastic. Kuopio is surrounded by lakes and islands. It's a bit good up there. Let's go take a look, hopefully. Now then, for those of you who think you live dangerously, you're amateurs. Check out this ski jump. There are several ski jumps here, small ones for the youngsters to learn on, and then these giant ski flying jumps. There's a plastic surface on them so they can practice all year long. And looking out across the scenery here, the stupid dog walkers and the dogs. That's the first time ever I've been snarled at in Finland. Most of the dog walkers here have very well trained dogs. That was the first. I expect it in England, don't expect it here. Anyway, look at that scenery from up here. It's fab, isn't it? The tower should be open by now, so we'll take a look up there and get a 360-degree view of the area around Kuopio. And it's lakes, lakes, lakes. How's this review from a restaurant window? It's closed at the moment, but I'll go up to the coffee shop next. It's not bad, eh? There's a view from the coffee shop window. The main road. Baseball stadium down there. City centre. Large building in the centre, a sports hall. Lots of apartment buildings. Looking down there is the university area. And the hospital. Technopolis, high-tech centre. And then just, let's go around a little bit. City, city, and then forest and lakes. Forest and lakes. There's the ski jumps. This is the alpine skiing slope. This is you looking north along the rest of the Puijo area. There's the hotel down there, and believe it or not, they play golf here. This is looking east from the Puijo, and I used to live down there. All of those apartment buildings down there. A fantastic view from up there over the lakes. Let's go up one more level. Right, I've come up a level. I'm outside now. This is facing north. Puijo, that's P for Puijo, N for north. And check it out. It's a bit windy up here. Out there, it's the road north. Built a new bridge a few years ago. A big industrial plant over there. Cellulose, I believe. Bit of a polluter. Kuopio airport's over in that direction. Siilinjärvi, where I was last week, that's over there. Let's look at this. Lovely little playground right next to the city. There's houses down there, apartment buildings. It's good living. Over there, there's a mental hospital. Looks like there's a bit of construction work going on down here. Let's have a look at the ski jump area. Cross-country ski racing goes on down here as well. So, there's the ski jumps. You can see 3 there. There is another 1 or 2 small ones, just wooden ones. The flat area at the bottom there is used in the summer for football, and it's the starting area in the winter time for cross-country ski races. The area over there where the mental hospital is, some nice farmland around there. I don't think it'll ever be built on because of the hospital being there. Just look at all those lakes. It's wonderful, isn't it? The hill over there with the tower on top of it, that's Neulamäki. I can just see the wooden bird tower which was built there a few years ago, just to the right of it. And that is the Neulamäki Peninsula, which we walked yesterday. Just looking down on the golf centre. It's only a small course, it's not 18 holes. There's also a ski slope on the other side, that's Antikala. Lots of development in that area in recent years. They're all relatively new. The other buildings have been around for a few decades. Alright, this is looking due east. So that's where I lived many years ago. Down there somewhere. They all look the same, these buildings from up here. It's only a short walk from the city centre, which is just down there. It's built in a grid pattern. North, south, east and west. The Finland sports area with a swimming beach, and the athletic stadium is that peninsula sticking out just from the other side of the city there. I'll have another walk around there sometime this week. There's a small lake right next to the city centre there. You know, it's good just to pop down there at your lunchtime or an evening, little walk. There's another area, green area here, just to the right of that lake, with a astronomy tower on top of it. It's a nice little area. Private houses, very green. Now, if you follow right from the large building in the centre there, the main road, to the left of that main road there's a whole lot of new high-tech buildings, and Honeywell moved in there as well. There's a big car park, and one of the first buildings they built was this side of that main road. It was the Technia building, and I worked there for one summer. Lots of high-tech stuff going on. I did work a proper job at a factory over there. I think it's gone now. The building's still there, but it's been redeveloped. Power station's over there. And now then, sports fans, the large building in the middle is the indoor sports arena. There is a track, an indoor track there, and there's all sorts of other sports, you know, basketball, baseball, and badminton, volleyball, all sorts of good stuff. And I think it's a full-size track, or not far off it. There's not a lot of running gets done around here in the winter time. Winter's about 7 months long. So you either go cross-country skiing, get used to running in snow, or you could be a boring sod and train indoors. I don't recommend it. I used to train that, so I was in the snow. Somewhere over in that direction, across the other side of the lake, is Kuopio Airport. And the approach to it is one of the most beautiful in the world. It's absolutely stunning. Generally comes in from the south, from Helsinki, flies along the lakes, over the islands, really, really low. So on a sunny day like today, beautiful clouds as well, the view is spectacular, absolutely gorgeous. Done it many times, highly recommend it. It's not the great mountains of other places or cityscapes. It's just gorgeous, natural, mostly natural approach. Gorgeous. Get on a plane and do it. Then do it again, just for fun. Right, time to continue the walk. There's a nice visit up the tower. It's nice to do it occasionally. So this is the Alpine ski slope, slalom, next to the ski jumps. Have a wander down here. They call it a nature trail. Right, so look at that view over the lakes. Fabulous, isn't it? Some nice clouds today. Looking good. Wonder if we get a decent sunset tonight. Might be worth giving it a go again. Did it a couple of nights ago. Fantastic. Having a bit of a bimble downhill. There's the tower up there. I did bring my macro gear with me today, hoping to see some butterflies or whatever, but nothing yet. Oh, there's one. Just a green vein white. Oh well. Maybe later on I might find something. There's an interesting bit of information on this notice board here. Going to be a few developments taking place in this sports area. Ski jumping, as you can see, as we've seen, slalom skiing, finished baseballs, football, beach volleyball, tennis by the look of it, all sorts of things. But there's going to be the addition of a 333 metre long ice skating rink. Cool. There is a major speed skating event that takes place here in the winter time out on the ice. People come from all over the world to do it. It's great. So we'll see what happens here in the next few years. Be a few changes. Ski jumping, ski flying. There's a big hill on the left, standard hill in the middle, little one on the right there, and a couple of little training hills on the far right. But, all plastic slopes, so they can train all year long. I tell you, takes some serious cojones to fly off that. Nutters. I used to watch them as I walked by, and they're just young kids chucking themselves off a mountainside. Mad! But you know, each to their own. Flying fins. You don't need to go to a gym to build yourself up. Get yourself a big truck tyre and roll it around. Flip it over a few times. You'll know about it. There's lots of exercise stations here around the Puijo. I used to use them myself when I lived here. Let's see if these guys are going to roll one again, flip one. It's a bigger hill, isn't it? The closer you get, the bigger it looks. Welcome to the Puijo Ski Jumping Centre. For lunatics and Finns only. No insult, sorry. That's the control centre for the Puijo Sports Centre. Changing rooms, facilities. Probably the announcer's room as well. How's it all look from here? It's a big area. And all the ski trails go out into the forest. They're all over the place. Fabulous. Now there's another sport taking place here in the sports centre. Bit of shooting. Targets are all set up. I don't know if it's for archery or for biathlon shooting. But, you know, try anything. But down at the base of the Puijo Hill, there's a few little houses still here. This is one of the nice ones, got a nice little orchard in their back garden. You know, there's the forest, there's the house, there's the road to the sports stadium, and that's the road back to the city centre. Cool, isn't it? Just a little further on from that house is a football field. There's one guy doing his Sunday morning workout. They're absolutely sport mad here in Finland. Summer sports, winter sports. Fabulous place for if you're into sport. The winter sport quality is absolutely top quality. Summer sports, not so good. Now let's take another look at the baseball stadium. It's currently being worked on, grading that surface they use. Rough sand or fine gravel, I'm not sure what. It's a different shape to American baseball. Totally different shape of surface, you know. So different bats as well. Same principle, but different. If you know what I mean. Look it up on Google or YouTube. graffiti along the walls there. So I might have a look at that as well. See if anything new's appeared. I've always thought of Finland as being a very liberal, educated country, but in recent years there's been a lot of crap coming this way. You know, far-right rubbish. Racism exists here in Finland. I've experienced it myself. Just last night somebody said to me as we were walking down by the harbour, Sieg Heil. I thought, I completely ignored it. But, you know, so much for Scandinavian liberalism. When I was living here, the first African refugees started to arrive, and there was a big stink about it. I myself have been hit, abused, etc., etc. Yeah, by drunks mostly. Nothing serious. But hopefully those people have settled into Finnish society and don't have any problems. I hope. It's a nice bit of graffiti. Starting to get a bit warm now. Yeah. They're an artistic lot in Finland. Not saying good art, but, you know, artistic. Now, before any of you kick off about my comments about racism, etc., I must point out that it's very much a minority here in Finland, as it is in most countries. Racism exists all over the world. It's not just a white thing. Coloured people do it, Orientals do it, it's all over the world. And unfortunately here in Finland over the last few years, the right wing has started to gain favour with certain people, as it has in other countries around the world, such as the United States of America. For some strange reason or other, fascist pigs keep popping up here and there. Oh well, it's humans. We'll get rid of them eventually. A lot of inbred lots anyway, they'll breed themselves out, as a lot of species do. Anyway, that's my rant over. Onwards with the show. So welcome to Kuopio's main cemetery. It's a lovely spot. Peaceful, very well tended graves, lots of flowers. I spent a lot of time here over the years. It's good bird watching as well. Very peaceful. There's a nice feeding station over there somewhere. I'll try to find it. It's in the winter time. It's really great. Birds would feed from my hand. Red squirrels would run up my legs, sit on my hand, sit on my head. Loved it. See if I can find it. I was saying that the graves are very well tended, and there are actually some garden rakes here, leaf rakes provided for people to use, tidy up. Just please return them. And, as most Finns are extremely honest, they do. Couldn't imagine that happening in Britain. I've been doing a bit of searching to find this tree where the feeders were, and it looks like it's gone up in the world. They're still feeding here in the summertime. Big feed box there. Not much going on. There's a few other little feeders hanging up around the trees. You know, Some water. It's one of my favourite trees in the world, this. Red squirrel sitting on my head. Can't beat it. I'm just going to step back a bit and see if anything shows up. I just noticed on a couple of the gravestones to my right, the family name is Lintu, which is Finnish word for bird. Very appropriate place to be buried. So Kuopio is the centre of the Finnish Orthodox religion. This is the Finnish Orthodox Church Museum. There is a Orthodox cathedral in the centre of Kuopio, only a very small cathedral. Very nice set of bells there. It's very, very different setup to the official state religion of Finland, which is Lutheran. Or is it javelin throwing? And ski jumping? Oh no, I'll go with Lutheran. But yeah. I went in here many years ago, it's worth a visit. Lots of gold, lots of icons and all the rest of it. Whereas the Lutheran churches, plain white. I personally don't support any religions, but you know, it's all very interesting stuff. There's the Puijo Hill up there, the Puijo Tower. I'm going to take a look at another little building over there, which used to be the Kukatalo, the flower house, flower building. It's no longer that. But it used to be a nice spot to go to warm up on a cold day. It had a hot house, lots of beautiful flowers growing in there. And that was many years ago. Onwards. Now this memorial is a very important one. It commemorates the mass exodus of a lot of Finns from Karelia after World War II. Well, actually, the Winter War. The Russians, Soviets, Red Army took over that part of Finland, and the Finns left en masse. They did not want to be Russian. Finland celebrated its 100th anniversary just last year. Freedom from Russia. Formerly been part of Sweden as well. It had been the Grand Duchy of Finland, and they're a proud nation. They did not want to be part of the Soviet Union, so they left. Many of them came to the Kuopio area. Unfortunately, it was a very rich agricultural area, so it was a great loss to Finland. But, it's a lovely memorial, this. Yeah, Finland was a very different place back then. As you can see, they know how to survive in the winter. This memorial was erected in 1989. Some lovely Finnish granites. That's the emblem of Karelia. They're a tough lot. I just noticed that some of this stone looks like it could be labradorite. Just looking at the colours, and if it was going to show, let me get the right angle. Maybe that will show. Yeah, beautiful stuff. Some lovely blue colours in here. Yeah, obviously it's Finland. It's got to be blue. Some nice flecks of blue. Yeah, that building many years ago used to be the Kuopio. Pop in there for an ice cream. Thaw out in the hot house, look at all the pretty flowers. Very nice. Not anymore. Shame.